Okay, y'all, so welcome back. And in this video, we're going to work on accomplishments frame. So this is the last class that we'll be working on for this tutorial. So I really hope that you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun making it, and thank you for joining me on this journey. So not to get all lovey-dovey and all that stuff, let's work on it. Okay, so let's define our init. For accomplishments frame, pass in self and master. Self refers to myself for accomplishments frame, and master refers to our parent, which is going to be the notebook. And then let's call super. Let's call the init. Where's that? And let's pass in master. This will help us to call this constructor and make that parent-child relationship between, our frame and our parent, which is our notebook. Okay, now we're going to add a whole bunch of widgets to the screen. We're going to add the text box. I think I want to add a hint label, a couple of buttons. So let's start adding those widgets. So let's create our accomplishments text, and that's going to be equal to new widget alert. And we're going to pass in self, and then also pass in width and height. I think I wanted 20. And then let's pack it on the screen. And then I think I also wanted padding, is what kind of looks nice. So let's run our code, see what we got. Yes, we have our text box looking great. Okay, so next let's create our hint label. Okay, let's have the text. It's going to be like, for example, on this date, I learned a new skill. Something like that. And then let's play around with some other parameters. Like there's a font one where you can put like the type of font, like Arial, and then you can also put like the size of it, because a hint label is usually smaller. Then they have like the foreground, like the color, and we can make that like maybe gray. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then let's pack it on the screen and see what we're working with. Ooh, the way I cannot type. Beautiful. Learned a new skill. Cute little label. Okay. So then now let's load our accomplishments, and it's going to be very similar to how we loaded the accomplishments, except this time we're not putting all our accomplishments in a list, so we're going to have to like load it one by one, but let me show you what that's going to look like. Okay, so we have that. Now let's actually work on loading our accomplishments. Like so. So first what we're going to do is we're going to try to open, but if the file's not there, let's throw a little exception. So we accept file not found error, and we're just going to pass. Okay, so then what we're going to try and do is the same thing. We're going to use pickle to help us. So let's try to open the file with open. Accomplishments is what we're going to call it, and .pkl, and then rb as file. I think we've been saying as f. Let's keep it consistent. And then okay, so while we have accomplishments, we are going to one by one try to get the accomplishment using pickle.load, and we'll insert that into the accomplishments box. So what we're going to do is going to use a while loop to get each line, and let's try it. While true, And in Python, you're gonna have to capitalize that true. Okay, so let's get the accomplishment. And then let's get it from F. And let's insert that accomplishment into the accomplishment box. We don't have to create a whole separate function for this. So accomplishment text, what we're gonna do, and we're gonna insert it. And at the very end is where we wanna insert it when we're loading it. And what we wanna insert is the accomplishment. So then let's actually add this in a try except block, because I'm thinking about when we reach the end of the file, we want to just break. So then if it's an end of file error, that means we loaded everything. Beautiful. And that should work. Okay, cool. Yeah. We have double the try except block. Okay, so now what I want to do is I actually want to add more widgets to the screen. Let's add our save accomplishment button and also our reflect button. So let's do that. We used button before. So let's use button and we'll pass in self. Our text is going to be say save accomplishment. We could just say save too. That's fine. And then our command is equal to self.save accomplishments. And we'll work on that functionality of save accomplishments in a second. But first, let's pack that on the screen. Self.save button.pack. Okay, great. And now let's work on that reflection button. And we're going to pass in self, and our text is going to be equal to reflect for this button, and then our command, let's call it prompt reflection. We can call it whatever we want. I don't know why I put that in quotes though. Prompt reflection. Oh, I put the other one in quotes too. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to pack that on the screen. Like so. Okay, so now let's work on save accomplishments. Let's define save accomplishments. And we are going to pass in self. So first we need to get our accomplishments from our accomplishments box. So accomplishments is equal to self.accomplishments text. And from line 1, we want to get the very first character. So we can pass in 1.0. So that's the syntax to help us get, like, we start at line 1, character 0 until the end of file. Okay, so this will help us get our accomplishments, and then what we can do is we can strip all of the white space. So strip will help us to clean up our data by removing any of the leading or trailing white space. So we're going to clear the entire file. I was like running into a bug where every time I would like open and close the app, it would repeat the same accomplishments over and over. So clearing the file really helped with this bug. So a cute little hack that we can do is just open the file in like write mode, but we don't write anything. So let's try that. So with open, let's open accomplishments.pkl in that write binary mode. We don't even need the as F, because we're just going to pass. We're just going to open and close it, and that's going to clear the file. Okay, so now let's write all accomplishments to the file. So with open accomplishments.pkl, we can write it in append binary mode. So append binary mode, it like creates the file if the file isn't there. So You know, that's a little cute one we haven't used yet. So then as F, and then what we're going to do is pickle.dump. And what we're going to dump is our accomplishments into F. Finally, what we're going to do is we're going to congratulate the user. So they just accomplished something. So let's put something on the screen that says like, yay, you did it. So we can use message box. And what we can do is use the show info. Great. And let's pass in congratulations. That's going to be like the title of the box thing. And then the actual message will be congratulations. Hopefully I'm spelling that right. And then title actually doesn't show up on my operating system. Yeah, I'm using a Mac, but it should show the title thing. But I'll show you what it looks like on other operating systems. And yeah, that's it. So now let's work on prompt reflection. Reflection. Okay, so let's get the reflection from the user. So we can actually use simple dialog, and simple dialog has askString method, so we can get that information from them to get their reflection. So what I mean by that is, reflection is equal to simple dialog dot askString, reflect, and then what do we want to ask them? How are you feeling about your accomplishment? Okay, great. Okay, so if the user has typed in a reflection, we want to save that reflection along with the date to a file. So I think reflections are more of an intimate thing, so you don't have to display it on the screen. I think it would be cute to just save it to a file, not a PKL type file, because those are hard to read. And we don't also need to do any deserialization. We just need to save it. So let's save that into a text file. So let's implement that. If there's a reflection, what we want to do is, let's also put the time of the reflection. I think that could be nice. So let's call it timestamp. We can use datetime.today. Okay, and then we can also use strf time, like we have been using, all that great stuff. Let's pass that in. Okay, so now let's open reflections.txt in append mode, because we don't have to worry about binary, because we're not going to do any of the zeros and ones stuff for this. So now with open reflections.txt, like that, and then in append mode, save that as f.write. And then we can use F to help format this, because we're going to do variables like and a string. So like we can have like the timestamp first, feels good. And then have the reflection. And then we can store each thing on a new line, so it looks good. But then let's have like the timestamp look like that. So we enclose the timestamp and then the reflection. Yeah, I like that. Okay, finally, let's display a message to the user letting them know that their reflection has been saved. Okay, so message box, and then we can use show info again, and reflection saved. And then what we can do is say your, why caps? Your reflection has been saved. Beautiful. And let's run this and see what it's talking about. Stop, run. Okay, yay. So, reflection. Okay, nice. Let's try again. Okay, accomplishments. Let's say finished habit tracker. And then let's put the date. What's today's date? 4/11. Finished habit tracker. Yay! So let's save our accomplishment. Congratulations. Then we still have our to-dos, our motivational quote. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. So I hope your future self will thank you for taking this tutorial. I had a lot of fun. Let's also reflect together while we're here. How are you feeling about your accomplishment? I'm actually really proud to put out this course. I feel like learning to code was, people didn't make it fun. It just seemed like you got it or you don't, you're smart or you're not. But it's not like that at all. Hard work is everything. So yeah, I really hope that you're proud of yourself for getting to this point of the tutorial, and I hope you really like your app. I use my to-do list all the time just because I like tracking to-dos and my accomplishments, and I hope you'll track your accomplishments for the rest of the year. So how are you feeling about your accomplishment? Great. Proud for finishing this course. Okay, reflection has been saved. We can go over here, reflections.text, and we see it. So y'all, thank you so much for watching this video, joining me on this course, and I hope that you have a great day.